Amanda Barini.
And I'm Kelsey Paul.
And you're watching It's Today for WHITradio.org.
Hi everyone! So we have a whole slew of stories for you guys today. We're starting with Kim Jong-un in North Korea threatening basically nuclear war with South Korea, America, everyone, everywhere. So we started talking about this, and basically the stories that news broadcasters give varies from place to place, obviously, but the basic idea is that they're threatening to, first of all, relinquish the peace act that they had with South Korea, which was made sometime in the 1950s, I believe. So they would go to war with them, and also probably go to war with us, too. Something crazy. So then we started talking about nuclear war, and then we found our own pros and cons. I don't know what pros you have, Kelsey, but...
There are some pros.
Yeah, okay.
There are some benefits.
Okay.
So, one of the benefits of a nuclear weapon is nuclear means power, and it's a powerful negotiation tool. I know that people may see it as very strong war weapon, but it actually can prevent wars. It's used as a negotiation tool. So you could say, oh, I have a nuclear weapon and I will fire it if we don't come up with a middle ground. It forces a negotiation rather than having wars. So, I mean, there are some other pros to nuclear weapons, such as pride of nation, that I don't exactly...
Yeah, okay, that's
I don't
important.
agree with it. It gives a sense of pride, I guess, to own nuclear weapons. I don't exactly agree with this. I don't think it's the right reason to own nuclear weapons. I think the right reason to own nuclear weapons is to provide a defense mechanism for the country.
Let me just stop you so I can be rude. Okay, let's go. So, first of all, you said that they're a negotiation tool, which I guess one of the reasons why we disagree is that because I'm against violence of all forms. I was against Hiroshima. I was against all these things. So, obviously, I'm going to be against nuclear weapons because people said that, like, they were, what did you say? They were a negotiation tool? Well, people argue that guns are sort of a negotiation tool because, for example, you threaten someone who comes into your home. That's the purpose of guns, but as we just saw in Newtown, it's not always used to that. And as we saw for Hiroshima, we use it. If we have it, we use it. So we're going to use this. And the problem is when we use it, it's not going to be like all the rest of the stuff we have. It's basically going to be everything's gone.
That is true. But in reality, you're never going to take away all the guns in the world. You're never going to take all the nuclear weapons away in the world because we already have them. And people are still going to use them. I believe in the defense aspect of weapons. If someone comes to you with a gun and you don't have a gun yourself, how are you going to defend yourself?
I think we're getting into guns now.
Yeah, we're getting more into guns. But going back to nuclear weapons, I think if someone wants to fire off a nuclear weapon at us, we should have the tools to defend ourselves. I don't believe in nuclear weapons. Like, they're there to threaten.
They're there for a show. So why have them at all? That's my point. If we're not going to use them, we don't need them. Why do we insist on having a little, everyone in the world insists on having a little, trying to bully each other to get what they want. That's not the way it should be. That's why we have the UN and all these protective international law things, and I think one of the international laws should be to prevent atrocities like this ever happening. I understand that once you in science they say that once the genie's out of the bottle you can't put it back in, and that is very true, but you should try.
Ida for world peace.
Yep, I'm the idealist. Kill me.
So in lighter news, but in a very...
Still pretty dim.
Pretty grim topic, we have a actress coming out about her diagnosis of terminal brain cancer, Valerie Harper. Valerie Harper was a very big, famous television icon in the 70s. She was the brash New Yorker Rhoda Morgenstern on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And she really is a powerful woman. She's not afraid of dying. I don't think this is a direct quote, I don't think of dying, I think of being here now. And that's very inspirational. She's 73 years old. She previously battled lung cancer in 2009. She's a fighter, and she is even going to continue fighting, even with this grim diagnosis. She's going to continue chemo and continue living her life in the best way that she can. And I give her props for that. That's a very inspirational person.
Yeah, good job. But you want to discuss this a little bit? You said that, I mean, personally, I think it's sort of genetically embedded in us to be afraid of dying. That's the whole self-preservation. So of course she's probably terrified, but she's lived a long life. Not that like elderly have a more thing to die than younger but what really is sad is like the little ones that get diagnosed with terminal, and that ties into our whole nuclear war thing too. Why are we putting so much energy into negotiations, quote unquote, with nuclear bombs when we could be putting all that money and all that energy and all those resources into finding cures for things like cancer and things that we probably can cure if we keep hacking at it. So in other news,
happier news.
And the happiest that we have today, we're going to talk about babies again.
Babies.
And HIV. Yeah. Not so good. No. So, but actually, doctors announced on Sunday that a baby that had been born with HIV is cured. And this is the second documented case in history. The first documented case of a child that is cured of HIV. And I mean, right now they're just confirming it. The child was born in Mississippi. There's all these different sides to it. Some people are obviously skeptical. They're like, oh, well, it's probably just temporary or something. But as it looks now, he's pretty much better, at least. And HIV is the virus that causes AIDS, for anyone that didn't know, which used to be pretty much a life sentence. I mean, now it's controllable, but it's still something hard to live with.
It's definitely a step in the right direction towards curing HIV in everyone. It's a small step. It's one person, but it's a step. And being cured from HIV, I think that's big because I didn't know that anyone had been cured with it before. And although the baby has to be checked up regularly to see how it's doing, right now it seems to be completely cured from this baby. So
yeah, they're saying that the one uncertainty is that if the child was actually infected, I guess there's other diseases that can look like HIV, because the medical realm is very tricky and stuff. And they're basically going to start presenting their findings and try to make a journal and document everything and prove their case and send it out to the scientific world. And I guess we'll have to see where it goes from there. But again, with nuclear weapons, cure more babies with HIV.
But we still need to defend ourselves, Ida.
No.
We do.
No. That's where we agree to disagree.
We agree to disagree. And with that, we have the stories of the day. We went through
some tough ones, controversial to depressing to a little bit of a light almost.
A little bit of light, a little bit of hope in the world.
Yeah, like you said with National Pride, I feel like science is the place to have national pride. It's a race, really, and it's a beautiful race. And I like where it's going. So, okay, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Please call or anything next time if you want to give your feedback. Hi, I'm Ida Barini.
And I'm Kelsey Paul.
And you're watching
It's Today for WHITradio.org.
Yay, that was a good one. I was trying to find facts and statistics, but I printed out so many papers.